Are you planning to make the transition to Google Analytics 4 in your business and you're not exactly sure how to do it? Well, I've got good news for you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through our free standard operating procedure template that you can use to guide you through that exact process. I'm going to share my screen here in just a second, and I'll also make sure that all of the links to the assets that I'm about to show are in the link right down below. Ready to get into it? Good, let's go. All right, so what you're looking at on the screen is what we call our marketplace listing. It's a part of Flowster's marketplace. We have we have literally hundreds of these free templates that you can come to and use. And you can see this one here. We're going to talk about the Google Analytics 4 transition strategy. So when you come, it's kind of like shopping on Amazon. You can sort of see what it's all about. Sometimes there's videos to watch or what have you. And if you would like to be able to use the template without even signing up for a Flowster account, you can do that simply by clicking the play button that I just clicked, and then you're either going to create a new workflow or open your recent workflow. So if you've been here before, whatever ticks in the tick boxes you put in will be saved with your browser cookies, and then you can come back and finish your progress. So you don't have to do this all in one session. If you do want to be able to customize this template, you will need to sign up for a free Flowster account to do so, but that's beyond the scope of this video. So now let's dive into it. So you can see here on the left, the very first step of your transition to Google Analytics 4 is a little bit of an overview. I'm not going to read that to you. You can definitely come and read it on your own if you're actually going to do the work. Then, so once I've done that, I'm going to put a little tick in the tick box, of course. For those of you who like putting ticks in tick boxes, you will absolutely love our software. So change management, communication plan. So if you have a change management plan document, we have a space here for you to put that URL, as well as if you have a communications plan document, we have a space here for you to put that URL. And then you're going to set out your milestones to hit the transition deadline. So if you'd like to share a deadline with your team, you could literally just use the date picker and pick whatever date you would like. So hypothetically, let's say that our deadline is the 28th of July. If there's any particular milestones, you could go ahead and type them here. And of course, all of this is completely shareable with your team. Then the next thing you need to do is go ahead and create a Google Analytics account. And we walk you through in all sorts of high levels of detail so that you don't have to guess at anything, exactly what you need to do, what buttons you need to click to create a Google Analytics 4 property. And there's literally every last bit of information that you need in order to be able to complete that step. And then you're going to obviously put a tick in the tick box when you're done, and you're going to go on to step number 5, iOS app or Android app. So when you add an app, Data Stream Analytics creates a corresponding Firebase project and an app data stream, etc., etc., etc. So you can go through and deal with that. And then when you're done, step 5, well, we better put a tick box in step number 5. I went and ticked step 6 by accident. So step 6 is going to explain to you what you're supposed to do for this step, which is entering your URL of your primary website. And then you have the option of disabling or enabling enhancement measurement. And then you need to create a stream. So the next thing we're going to do after that is we're going to set up data collection for the websites. So step 7 is you need to add the analytics tag to your web pages to begin seeing the data in your Google Analytics 4 property. So if you're using Google or Wix or WooCommerce or WordPress, you're just going to follow the instructions. You're going to find your Google ID and you're going to paste it in. And here's exactly how you do that. If you're using other website builders, we have detailed instructions on how to address other website builders. And again, if you're having someone on your team do this and they wanted to be able to ask you a question about it in the Flowster app, you can @mention other people. Now, you do need, if you want to be able to @mention teammates, you do need to actually have a Flowster account as opposed to just using the template here on the browser. So you see when I hit @, nothing actually came up because I don't have an organization. I don't have other users in it. Again, if you want that, you can get yourself a free Flowster account and you can easily set that up and start communicating with other members on your team. And then we're going to add the global site tag directly to your web page, and we've got all the instructions on exactly how to do that. And step number 9 is you're going to add your tag using Google Tag Manager. So for basic data collection, follow the Google Tag Manager Help Center instructions. So once you've done that, of course, you can put a tick in it. And then you are going to now find your GID for any platform that accepts a GID, and we've got the detailed instructions there on how to complete step 10. And then we're going to move into setting up your reports. And so the first step here is inventory of reports currently being used, and we've put in a number of placeholders where you can add the URLs in for your GA3 inventory file, for your Data Studio inventory file, and the inventory file of reports to be transitioned. Again, all of this is completely customizable, so if you want to make some changes or do some other things in this step of the process, as long as you have at least one of our free Flowster accounts, you'll have no problem in being able to do that. And then step number 12, we're going to gather user stories from all interested parties, and here is the instructions on completing step 12. Again, I'm not going to walk you through all these instructions because that would make for a longer, honestly, more boring video. Really, I just want to give you a high-level overview. And then we've got our KPI mapping, so we've got detailed instructions on how to complete the KPI mapping, so you'll go ahead and do that. And then step 14 is your UTM compliance. So Trust Insights suggests using domains as a source to avoid misclassification. This is the most challenging aspect of maintaining accuracy, and it depends on all marketing staff correctly tagging links used in all campaigns. So if you have a UTM tracking sheet, which of course that you should, then we have a place for you to put the URL here. And then the very last step is to set up your Data Studio reports and reproduce all existing reports and new reports to be built from user stories and KPI mapping. So again, a perfect example of why you would customize this. If you have a particular way in your organization that is done, you could create additional steps in this template. You could add more content to this particular step. The content that you can add to this side is very, very rich. You can add text and text boxes and videos and images, and you can do all sorts of things. And then right here at the bottom, as I've been saying the entire time, if you would like to customize this template, you can absolutely do that. However, you need to transition from just visiting the marketplace listing, which is what we've been doing, into getting your own free account. And the easiest way to do that is that you would just click the Get for Free. It'll put it in your shopping cart. It'll check out. When I say check out, there's no money that's needed. You're just going to supply whatever you would normally supply, name, email address, etc., to create your own Flowster account. And then once you do that, not only will you get access to this free template, you can literally see here in our marketplace, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of highly detailed standard operating procedure templates just like this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you would like to see future videos like this, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and click that little bell so that you get notifications. And if you have any questions or what have you, just please put those in the comments below, and the links to everything that I talked about in this video will be right down in the description. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.